Okay, welcome back. Time to do another mission. Uh, ooh, okay. Gotta say, these missions pay really, really well. I feel more inspired to do it simply because I feel like I'm more worth my time, more so than because here I'm getting another ship. I'm getting a nice. Multiple ships, I think, are good in this game because you will eventually lose one. So, I don't, one of the things they say is don't fly what you can't afford to lose. So, yeah, having another burst comes in handy, or another Reaper, or now I don't know what you do with them big, massive things that we saw before. I mean, like, whoa. See, I've got a pretty decent amount of money here. I mean, probably not compared to, old leaguers, but considering that the gold cap in WoW is 250 gold, period, yeah, I'm doing pretty good here. So, um, let's, buy some skills. Okay. Where'd it go? There we go. And in my last rant, again, I don't want to insult anybody's feelings or anything like that because when you feel something, you feel it. I just think that they're overreacting a lot. And they have a little lesson to learn once they. I mean, I can go on and on and on about the changes that people got upset about with Blizzard or even Rift with its newness. I mean, remember the videos that I did where they completely screwed up an event? And they had, not been around that long and they pissed everybody off. Happens. But, in any relationship, whereas this one is a customer, business kind of thing, getting mad and trying to giving ultimatums never works. Ultimatums never work in the long term because you're forcing somebody to do something that they really don't want to do. That's why it kills me, like in relationships. I'll break up with you if you don't do such and such and such. Let a guy tell me that. That moment will be the moment we break up. I don't give ultimatums and I refuse to have any given to me. That's just trying to force a change that shouldn't be happening in the first place. So, and then another thing that people have a hard time understanding is that the initial people that start up with a company are rarely the target market for the end goal of the company, particularly with online things. And I can talk about this from personal experience, even with my own communities. The people that were there in the beginning were not our target audience. They were just happened to be there, and inevitably they never wanted to change because they like it the way that it has always been. Only problem is that nothing stays the same. Everything evolves. I mean, according to, these standards, we'd still be, we wouldn't be in cars. We wouldn't be flying because everything would be, the same. There would be no change. Simply because it costs more to fly or to drive, to buy a car than it does to, horse and buggy. So yeah, I hope that this all blows over. Oh, another thing. CCP has this council that they meet with. They fly to Iceland, and this council is made up. Why is that thing blue? I think blue means that's somebody else's cargo. So you don't want to mess with somebody else's cargo. So we're going to leave that alone. So anyway, they fly to Iceland And after interacting with the community, they sit down and have a discussion with CCP and work out all the issues. Now, I want you to think about that a minute. And I want you to tell me where the hell that happens anywhere else. Because you're not going to be able to. Because that shit doesn't happen. You know, it's like you come into Eve and you're like, and it's like, you're complaining about this? Really? Come over to my world. Oh my God. I was tripping. When I heard that, I'm like, wait a minute. They have elected officials that represent the community that they fly out to talk to them. Wow. I was just blown. I was just absolutely blown. Okay, yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, I was just absolutely blown away by that. I think that is awesome on the part of CCP. I really do. And like I said, I don't really care about the microtransactions thing because who knows their game better than the people that created it? It is what it is. Now, right now, I'm mining. I'm so busy running my mouth. I forgot what the mission was. But, yeah, I like to fill up my cargo hold with stuff. But am I supposed to be getting Scordite or Velspar? Well, I'm going to go on and get this Scordite because I might need it later on. And I don't know what it converts to. Storedite? Whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I'm gonna go on and get it because I'm still learning this and it might convert to something later. So yeah, that's yeah, a lot of drama going on in the community right now. Another thing that concerns me about this so-called walkout, the equivalent of guilds in this game is corporations. So is this like a mass, you know, like a corp says, okay, we're deciding, all of our members are deciding, or a healthy amount of our members are deciding that we're going to unsubscribe, and by unsubscribing, this corp will be dissolved, you know, and they're making this decision? Or are these people individually saying, screw you, CCP, and in essence, and by saying goodbye to CCP, they're messing up their corp, you know? And so I'm wondering, I'm like, so you're gonna, all of these people are leaving their corpse. Will there be any corp? How will these corps survive? You know, are these, does the leader of these corps, the CEO, do they know that all of these people are leaving? You know, I'm very curious to see how this plays out. Very curious, because if these people said, I'm unsubscribing, without any consideration to their corp, I'd kick them out. I'd be like, okay, fine, you're not loyal. To, you know, to get all emotional and then not even, what kind of loyalty is that? You know, that is no loyalty. And I'm not sure if you unsubscribe, you know, like in WoW and in Rift for a certain length of time, you can come back and still be in the guild. But for the most part, if you're gone too long, you're done. You're not in the guild anymore, and then you'd have to, you know, reapply to that guild or some other guild or, you know, whatever. So I'm not sure how that happens here. I have not decided what I'm going to do yet as far as joining a corp or anything. My cargo hold is filled. So, yeah, I'm very curious how that plays out. But I'm not intimidated whatsoever by these people walking out. From my login times, there are more people logged in than there ever were. Straight up. When I first started playing, there was maybe prime time 20,000. There are double that now. And I don't know whether they're old people, new people, people trying to get their play in before they their subscriptions expire. But to me, if you're mad, then what you playing for? You know, why are you playing? I mean, that to me signifies that they still have an emotional attachment to the game, and they're leaving prematurely. They're letting their emotions get the best of them. And don't get me wrong, that happens to everybody eventually. But yeah, I don't give companies or people ultimatums. It's more like I'll just unsubscribe. I might say, like with BioWare, there are some downloadable content that I don't agree with, like Witches Hunt. I don't think that the Morrigan story, I don't think I should have to pay to find out what happens with the storyline when it was introduced in the game that I originally purchased. So I'm not going to buy it. Am I going to keep, I think BioWare should da 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 da? No. They made a business decision that I don't agree with. It's a feeling. I'll get over it. There's something wrong with me if I don't get over it, okay? It is what it is. Okay, I'm done ranting about that. Speaking of gaming companies doing messed up things, not that I think that CCP has done anything messed up. They haven't done anything that bothers me at all, yet. But World of Warcraft has changed their free trial to be it's being marketed as free to play until level 20. Although you still do have to buy the game, so it's not really free to play. But they have included Burning Crusade as part of the game, so you get the vanilla WoW and Burning Crusade for $20. And then instead of it being a time-based trial, you have 14 days to do whatever. Now you have until level 20. So if it takes you 3 months, technically, I guess, to get to level 20, then so be it. It should only take you, 5 to 8 hours tops, depending on your play style. But, well, no, it'll take you longer than that. I know some people that can do it in like 6 hours, easy. But that's a veteran player. But the marketing spin is like free to play. I personally, I don't believe in the free to play model because I don't think all things should be free. If companies are able to get it back. Oh, okay, here's a perfect example. Zynga with the Facebook games. They have quite a few games, and they are losing millions, and I do mean millions of people per month because they're making crappy decisions on what to put in their games, mainly because their focus is how do I get people to pay. That's what their decisions are, and you can tell. Like, for instance, in Cafe World, which is my favorite of them all, they implemented some changes in the UI, and when they implemented these changes, I had energy saved up where you could, have energy to do stuff in your kitchen, and it disappeared. I had over 100, like close to 150, maybe two, that I had been saving up for over 266 days of play, okay? So when I went to use it with this new thing that they implemented, I couldn't because it was gone. And I was like, where did my energy go? So I contacted their support, wondering where my energy went, because I did some research and the energy was supposed to be put back. It's not being put back. They gave me some cafe cash and some coins, I think, I don't remember, to reimburse me for that energy. Then it became very obvious why everybody's energy disappeared, because they're implementing more things in the game that requires energy, and they're taking away the ability to stack that energy like that. You have to buy it. So this is, I'll be right back. My apologies. So yeah, that's why they're losing millions of people. This is why their games end up sucking. This is why their games went from fun to being, annoying. is because they're making their games free, but then to make money, they have to force their customers to do stuff they don't want to do instead of just charging a subscription. Just charge me $10 a month and give me a damn good game. Let me get rid of the freaking energy bar for $10 a month and let me just play. Let me play how I want to play. But they'll never do that. So that's what my problem is with free to play games, is that I just a lot of times prefer to just pay the subscription. I have no problem with a gaming company or anybody making money for what they do. I mean, if you go to work and you expect to get a paycheck, then you should not expect to be able to play games for free. Okay? You should be able to expect to dish out something, out of your wallet to pay for. I mean, somebody's going in every day as a job to create this free thing. Salaries need to be paid. It's really that simple. So I don't think WoW will ever be free to play. And I'm hoping that Eve doesn't go that route either. I pay a subscription. It's just a better business model. And if you have a smaller number of users, fine. But you have a loyal set of users. Okay, we're back. Oh, I have some red. Did you see that red on my pants? Oh, it's like a lighting effect. It's on the jacket too. Okay. All right. Now I have Velspar. I'm going to trip if it's the wrong kind of Velspar. Because I just got through talking about that. I just got through talking about that with the wolves. Yeah, go get these wolves and now go back and get the other wolves. Yep. So I've learned the hard way that concentrated Velspar does not convert into regular Velspar. So guess who has to go back in line again? That'd be me. Oh, and this is why I do this as a noob, because I'm sure I'm not the only one that's ever done this. And I'm sure I won't be the only one that does this. But hopefully somebody will see that I did this and won't do it. See? Learn from my mistakes. Sometimes you can learn very valuable lessons from other people's mistakes so that you don't have to make them. So I'm going to go out for the third time now. I'm going to get this ore. But I'm not really pressed about it because I'm pretty sure I'll be able to sell it, because it's, like I said, a player's market, and these ores are needed for just about everything made in the game. Which I have to give CCP credit for, because in a previous video on Rift, I said I couldn't sell things on the auction house. And here's something that's different about this game. When I said there were 40,000 people logged in, that meant there were 40,000 people logged in on one server. Everybody's on the same server. So, and the differences to that is, like with Rift and WoW and just about every other game I've ever played, you had different servers, so your community was never together as a whole. And that's what's different with this game. Everybody's on one server. So when you see that 20,000, 40,000 number, you know that there are 20,000, 40,000 people actually playing with you. So that makes a very big difference. So far, I haven't had any issues with the market. There are some things that are sold by CCP in the game, like some of the very beginning skill books. But other than that, everything else is player created, which I think is awesome. I think that's absolutely awesome. But that shows the strength of the balance in the game, that they are actually able to pull that off. Because like even with WoW, There have been times when I've gone from server to server simply because I could not get what I needed on a particular server, and then the server, ends up dying out. So you don't have to worry about that with this. There's no character switching. If you decide to, you want your friends to play, you don't have to worry about syncing servers and all of that. You're all on the same server, and that makes it so much easier. So much easier. Okay, I'm going to be honest. Mining is a little on the boring side. But then again, I don't know a game where mining is interesting. One thing that I do like being in high security space is that I can get something else done while I'm mining. My job is, I'm sitting at a desk. So I could very easily, you know, fold clothes while mining, cook while mining, pay bills while mining, answer emails while mining. So yeah, I'm loving this. That is something I cannot do in World of Warcraft. This game has a lot of areas where you can, set as background process, go do something else, come back, and it's done. Not so in the other MMOs. You have to, really be there per se. The only exception to that is if you've gone out and mined a bunch of stuff where you had to, mine, run around, mine, run around, mine, run around, and then converting it, you might be able to sit back and chill for, like 5 minutes or so while your tune processes it. But technically, in high security space, if I don't have a really valuable load, which I don't see myself having for quite some time, I don't see I could autopilot and, now, okay, let me talk about autopilot a minute. Autopilot, you see how I came into this building and I came straight up to it, and, it's like, because I made the command to dock straight to it. With autopilot, I would have stopped somewhere way back, like 15 kilometers back or whatever, and slowly, I think autopilot would have shut down, and then I would have had to dock. But when you're on autopilot, when you're coming up towards a gate or anything like that, you sort of drop warp and then sort of cruise in really slow, the remaining of the way. So it's very easy to be able to tell if somebody is autopiloting or not. So I would not suggest autopiloting unless you have something cheap on board. When it gets to the point where you are mining and you have some serious money on your ship, or your ship is worth some serious money, then I would strongly suggest that you don't, autopilot. Okay, now I am losing a lot. Holy cow. But the reason why I'm doing that is because I don't have the skills. Yeah, I had to take a drink on that one. That's a lot, and I almost don't want to reprocess it. But the truth of the matter is that I should be losing a lot because I don't have the skills, and I'm gonna have to fix that. I'm gonna have to, skill up, and that's how your character gets power, is by those skill books. So I can fix that. No biggie. So, what's next? Oh, I get my burst. I'm so busy talking, I forgot all about that. See the green check marks? Complete the mission. You want to take a look at the new ship? Because I believe I'm in a Reaper, right? Yeah, let's... Yeah. The new ship. Yeah, okay. So, do I already have a burst? It says 1. No. Can I fly this? It looks kind of funny, doesn't it? Okay, let's assemble it. And then what did I tell you? Change the name. Okay. Then I want to strip this. Stripping is when I take all of these stuff off of it. And I need to put my stuff on. Because it would be horrible if I went flying out of here and I didn't have, you know, in a bare ship. Not only would that be horrible, it would be extremely embarrassing. Okay, my miner. And that. And I need some ammo. Okay. There we go. Now. It's kind of funny looking, isn't it? Let's, I'm trying to figure, do I have everything? I feel like I'm missing something. I think I have everything, though. I'm sort of almost a little afraid to look at it. She's telling me to insure my ship. Okay, I will insure my... Let's look here. I don't even know what this thing is worth. Okay. It would help if I knew how much this was worth. Maybe standard? Wow. This ship isn't worth that much because platinum isn't, you know, the biggest amount. You can't insure it for a whole lot, so I'll just go standard. Okay. I'm reading the thing here. Okay. Let's look at it. Oh man. Okay, I'll be back.